Very good evening, everybody. Today we're
Good
going
evening,
to
sir.
start a new philosophy, that is H.A. Roberts' philosophy. The book, The Principles and Art of Cure by Homeopathy. I used to love Dr. Robert because he was an intellectual person. He has tried his level best to explain the scientificity of homeopathy. He tried to explain the correlation of the homeopathy with the modern sciences. He is the person who has first time explained the miasms in relation with the periodic table and explaining his own hypothesis, Sora as a deficiency and syphilis as the higher the atomic weight, more syphilitic is the remedy. All those things and correlation of it with the periodic table, atomic weight, the presentation of it, everything he tried to explain. He is a wonderful person, in fact, who had a thorough knowledge about the homeopathy and at the same time of the modern science. And that's why he was the person who was a very perfect person who tried to explain the correlation between modern science and the homeopathy. Today we're going to learn his philosophy, not from first chapter, but we'll start it from the third chapter. First, we'll finish the chapters which are there for the second year syllabus from Robert's philosophy. Then we'll turn toward the third year's chapters because already the Kent and Close we have finished the second year chapter. So we're going to start with the second year chapters today. So first chapter in second year syllabus is the vital force. And this syllabus is prepared according to the concepts. You must know the theory properly so that you will understand the practical more commonly. And that's why the first chapter, in fact, from the third year syllabus is chapter number 3 from H. A. Robert. The name of the chapter is Vital Force. The language of Roberts is comparatively simple as compared to the Stuart Close. And that's why we're going ahead very fast. It will not take long time. And certain things I expect that all of you know. So I will not go into details of each and everything. Certain things which are common, I will not going to explain. Certain things which are necessary to explain, I will going to explain. So I'll start with chapter number 3, the vital force. There is much misapprehension about the homeopathy among the physicians as well as among the laity. Laity means common man, samanya lok. Among the physicians, there is a feeling that if we know the materia medica, that is all that is required. And this is the common thing which is there in everyone's mind. What is there? If we know the materia medica, we can practice the homeopathy. This is the common theorem which is used. And that's why many non-homeopaths also prescribe the remedy. Sorry, on the basis of knowledge of materia medica. But this is wrong. The materia medica is indeed important and its thorough comprehension and study is needed at all times. But unless the homeopathic physician has a concept of the philosophy of reasons underlying the administration of remedy, he will never make a careful homeopathic physician. So most important point in the first paragraph he has explained. Unless and until you have thorough knowledge of homeopathic philosophy, you cannot prescribe properly. Many people don't know what role of medicine. I have seen a homeopath who was prescribing Basilinum 1M daily for 1 month because the base of philosophy was not known. Knowledge about the drugs properly not known. So the person who is healthy enough may develop a tubercular miasm because of long continued use of Basilinum 1M in such patient. And this happens because you don't know the things. And that's what Robert says, that unless and until you have the philosophical base fixed, you cannot become a good homeopath, careful homeopath. And my suggestion is also the same. Being not only being the professor in the philosophy, but my suggestion is that if you are thorough with philosophy, you know where to prescribe, what to prescribe, how to prescribe, and how much to repeat. It depends upon knowledge of homeopathic philosophy. The study of materia medica by Hahnemann would have caused no disturbance among the medical men of his day. It was when Hahnemann taught his fundamental principles that he drew forth antagonism and iron as against a new and revolutionary and therefore dangerous doctrine. Ire means ire meaning it is anger, krodh, rag. Ire as against new and revolutionary and therefore dangerous doctrine. So in order to understand homeopathy and to get proper concept of administering our remedies and even of taking the case and eliciting symptoms, we must get Hahnemann's concept of the principles that enter into the study of the homeopathic physician. This is so important. Just learning the materia medica is not important, but we must know the whole organon. My suggestion to all students and all practitioners is that at least once they go through the 6th edition of Organon of Medicine, right from the first page to the last page, including the footnotes. Don't leave even the introduction written by Hahnemann over there, a big introduction, nearly about the 70, 80 pages introduction is there written by Hahnemann. All those things are necessary. If you'll understand all those things, then you will become a proper logical homeopath. Hahnemann, everywhere he tried to explain the homeopathy with logical aspect. It is not just matching a simile. It is more than that. And what is more than that is understanding the patient first, eliciting his symptoms, understanding the totality, understanding true totality, analyzing totality, evaluating totality, coming to the repertorial totality and PDF, potential differential field, then after repertorization coming to the PDF and materia medica, and then coming to the right remedy, then again a right potency, depending upon susceptibility, and then ultimately in a right dose. So this is all things which are necessary. It is not just giving a medicine and in whatever potency. The homeopath who has prescribed basilinum used to call me, Dr. Prasad, do you have the Sina? I said, yes. In which potency? He used to say, whatever potency you have, give me. How can it be? There is an importance of 6 is different, 30 is different, 200 is different, 1M is different, 10M is different. You cannot, it is not, that's why Hahnemann have used in the 3rd aphorism the word knowledge of medicinal powers. The word he has used is very specifically. Why he has said like that? Because every remedy in different potency is a different remedy. So Sina 6 is different, 30 is different, 200 is different, 1M is different. Unless and until we understand all those differences, it is not possible to prescribe. And that's why very much important is the knowledge of this philosophy so that we can go to the right remedy and right potency. One of the first and foremost elements with which the homeopathic physician must be conversant is the different forms of energy. For it is on this basis only that we can prescribe homeopathically. Homeopathy is the medical science which is based upon the dynamics, the study of dynamics, the study of energy, a dynamic energy. Unless and until we understand these dynamics, it is not possible to prescribe the dynamic remedy to a dynamic human being. And for that purpose, what is needed is the understanding of the human being. We used to learn the material human being in anatomy, in physiology, but we never learn the dynamic human being which is hidden inside. And this study is the rather important study of homeopathy. In Hahnemann's organ of healing art, he gives us the following. And what is that written is the 9th aphorism. That is aphorism number 9, the definition of vital force. If there are students over there, my suggestion is that this is the definition. It should be mugged up. It should be there in your mind forever. What he writes in the healthy condition of man, the spiritual vital force, the dynamics that animates the material body, rules with unbounded sway and retains all the parts of the organism in admirable, harmonious, vital operation as regards both sensation and function, so that our indwelling reason gifted mind can freely employ this living healthy instrument for the higher purposes of our existence. If you learn this definition by heart, you will never forget what is vital. You will not going to ask the question because everything regarding the vital force is defined in this specific aphorism. He starts with in the healthy condition of man. What is healthy condition? When mind, body, and soul runs in a perfect harmony, the person is called to be healthy. But what is that harmony? Mind, body, and soul is what is that harmony? Harmony is that without the soul you cannot exist. So soul is important. Now remaining is the mind and body. The way you think, the you are. Keep it on your mind. The way you think, you will be according to it. You will work according to it. There is always an harmony between your mind and your body. And that's why this harmony, till it is there, you are in the state of health. No disease enters in your body, or you never become diseased unless and until this harmony is disturbed because of disturbance of vital force. And that's why, to start with the definition, he says that in the healthy condition of man, the spirit-like vital force. In 6th edition, this is from 5th edition, 6th edition, he says spiritual vital force. The dynamics that animates the material body. A spiritual vital force. What is spiritual? What is the meaning of spiritual? Spiritual means the thing which exists but which is not visible to human naked eyes. That is what is called as spiritual. So vital force exists, which can be understood only on the basis of cause and effects, but which is not visible. That's why it is spiritual. That's why it is dynamic. And that's what he said, the spiritual vital force that animates the material body. The body is there, which is material, but which has a movement, which has the motion, which has an animation, which has a liveliness. From whom it possesses that animation? It is from the vital force. It is responsible to give the life to the body, otherwise it is not. And that's why the spiritual vital force that animates the material body rules with unbounded sway. Rules, Rajya Karni, rules with unbounded sway. There is no binding. Right from the top of the body to the bottom, everywhere, that vital force works. It reigns. ते तुमच्यावर राज्य करतं. Rules with unbounded sway and retains all the parts of the organism in admirable, harmonious, vital operation. Retains all the parts of the organism. Retain means to maintain. All the parts of the organism in a admirable. Admirable म्हणजे, what is admirable? Admirable म्हणजे प्रशंसनीय. It is admirable. You cannot stop without that vital force. You have to explain that how continuously, right from the birth till the death, it works and works and works and works. Yeah, it is priceless. That's why it is admirable. Harmonious, which tries to maintain the harmony, harmonious. So, which retains all the parts of the organism in an admirable, harmonious, vital operation. What is vital operation? All the vital functions of the vital organs, they are maintained. Heart is beating right from the start till the end of the life. So right from the birth till the life ends, it goes on beating. Same is true with respiration, it goes on working. Same is true for the brain, same is true for the kidneys. No one takes rest for 5 minutes. No one says that I am exhausted, let us take a break. No. That's why it maintains throughout the life as regards all the parts of the organism in an admirable, harmonious, vital operation as regards both sensations and functions. Sensations are important because sensation is the individuality. Just think, if sensations are not there, what will happen? Forget the sensations in your life, what will be there? What will happen if sensations are not present? Anyone? If sensations are not there, Then what?
Life is
Yes, yes, sir.
life is dead.
Life is dead. Sensations are not there. Human race will not be there. Simple thing. Sensation itself is responsible to give the life. Without sensation, next life never comes. This is very important. That's why sensation plays very vital role in human life. And not only sensations of the systems or organs, but the functions. So, in an admirable vital operation, as regards both sensations and functions, so that what he says is very correct in both sensations and functions, so that our indwelling, what is indwelling? Which is remaining inside the human body, indwelling, आत राहत असणार. Reason gifted mind, words which are used by Hahnemann were very perfect. Reason gifted mind, it is a gift given to the human being. What is that gift? To think, to utilize the logic. Logic is the gift given to the only human being, not for the rest of the animal. Human thinks, human reasons, that is the big gift to the human being. So that our indwelling, reason gifted mind can freely employ. Employ means नोकरीला ठेवणं. Freely. कोणाला नोकरीला ठेवलं? Who is there? This living healthy instrument means your body for the higher purposes of our existence. What is the purpose of vital force? Why it is there? For the higher purposes of our existence. Why we are there on this earth? There is some purpose. Everyone's higher purpose is different. It varies from individual to individual. But who maintains that? Whose higher purpose is there? It is its vital force. It is vital principles, not of the body. The higher purpose is not of the body. It is this higher purpose is of your vital principle or vital force. See, in a one definition, he tried to explain what exactly the vital force is. And that's why my suggestion to all of you, understand this definition. If you understand this definition, you will understand vital force clearly. And once you understand vital force, then you will understand if this is diseased, what to do. Disease is always lies in that vital force. It is never remains in the body. What in the body, it is expression of vital force. But what is actual disease is in that vital force. And unless and until we understand this vital force, we cannot treat an individual. And for that purpose, our concept should be very clear. This was the first introduction to the medical world of the rational concept of life itself. Till that period, everyone was thinking about the human being as a material. No one was thinking about the life. No one was thinking about the mind. No one was thinking about the dynamic entities like vital force. He was the first person. But he was criticized. Hahnemann was criticized when he has written this definition. They said that Hahnemann was the person who was idealistic, idealism. He, they have not read what Hahnemann have said. Immediately kept Hahnemann in the idealistic philosophy. There are three schools of philosophy. Materialistic school of philosophy, the idealistic school of philosophy, and substantialistic school of philosophy. Materialistic means who used to think everything about materially. Idealistic means exactly opposite, those who used to consider everything is Maya and consider only spiritual concept, never believes in material entity. And substantialistic means those who used to consider material as well as the spiritual. Hahnemann was the actually substantialistic. But because of this definition, Hahnemann was criticized and considered he is a substantial, he is a idealistic, and what that was wrong. We recognize life in three parts: the body, the mind, and spirit. This is what we have learned. This is the Trinity, and this Trinity is always present in all life and in some form of every part of our organism. These forces react in sympathy and are interdependent. All three depends upon each other. Soul is there because of which mind is there. The soul is there because of which body has an existence. Everyone is dependent upon it and everyone is interconnected. Only for our comprehension, we are differentiating them. For our understanding, we are differentiating. They are not separate entity. They are unique as a whole. So these forces react in sympathy and are interdependent. Next, what he says in next aphorism is very important. No organ, no tissue, no cell, no molecule is independent of activities of others, but life of each one of these elements is merged into the life of the whole. Why this is important? Why we have to learn this sentence? What he said is very correct. No organ, no tissue, no cell, no molecule is independent of activities of the other. Your head is working in a different manner, your eyes are working with different direction, the nose is working in a different direction. Just think, the heart is beating according to his own existence. Does it happen? Or does everything is united? You just see, you are sitting over there and all of a sudden a tiger comes. The moment it happens, within a second, the change happens. Within a second, everything is changed. The reaction is individualistic and holistic. It is not that your heart is beating in a different manner, your body is doing different thing, mind is thinking. No, action is holistic. Everything is independent of, everything is dependent upon each other. Now nothing is independent. So what happens? You get a palpitation. Why do you get a palpitation? Because the moment there is a tiger, the fear which is dressed in your mind, within fraction of second, it secretes the adrenaline from adrenal gland, adrenaline and noradrenaline, and which is mixed in your blood. Why it has been put over there? Because there are only two important things which should happen. Which are those? Either to fight or flight. To fight with the situation or to flight. For both things, you require the strength. And when you get the strength, when your heart is beating fast, then you get the strength. Then you can run. Then you can fight. Without that, you can't. See, a second, fraction of second, the fear itself is responsible to produce all these reactions as an individualistic, holistic reaction. So, if you understand this concept, then you will consider the holistic aspect of human being. So when patient has to feel, when a patient becomes ill, it is the whole human being is ill. It is not his parts which is ill. To understand this concept, to understand this concept of individualization, he has written this sentence. And this sentence has a meaning. So no organs, no tissues, no cell, no molecule is independent of activities of the others, but the life of each one of these elements is merged into the life of the whole. The unit of human life cannot be organ. See, next sentence, understand it clearly. The unit of life, when we learn the physiology, we learn unit of life is cell. What he says, the unit of human life cannot be organ, the tissue, the cell, the molecule, the atom, but the whole organism, the whole man. See, very nicely he has explained the concept. We consider cell as a unit of human life. No, it is everything. The mind, the body, the soul, everything. That is the unit of life. Without vital force, you are no more. That's why the soul, existence of soul is there. Without soul, you are not no more. Without soul, you cannot consider human beings. So you have to consider the soul, you have to consider the mind, you have to consider the body. And this trinity itself is as a whole is the unit of life. And this concept should be born in your mind. If you understand this concept, then you will treat the human being and not his parts. Why he has written this chapter? He is trying to explain the concepts very clearly. Then your thoughts becomes clear. And once thoughts become clear, you will treat individual and not his parts. You will not going to treat the disease, you will going to treat the disease man. Because man is prior to the disease. And you have to treat or you have to find it out a remedy for that man, not for his disease. And for that purpose, understanding his philosophy is very important. And Robert has written it in a simple language. I think we'll stop over here. Tomorrow we'll continue with the next paragraph. Many things which are there in this chapter, and we'll learn. It is very interesting philosophy. You're going to learn many aspects of human life in this philosophy. So that's all for today. Today evening we're going to learn a new remedy, the chelidonium, a wonderful remedy, very short, written in Borix Medica, but it has a big significance. So I'm going to teach chelidonium in today's session. So that's all for today. Thank you being there. We'll meet again at the same time tomorrow. Okay?
Good evening, sir.
Good
Thank
evening.
you.
Okay. Bye.